Afternoon experiment. I'm running so far behind. Y'all please forgive me again. Uh let's see, get this stuff up here. Phew. I am walking right in from outside. Right in from outside. Come on in. Uh Again, I know I'm late. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Running behind. Again, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Let me see. I gotta find some stuff here. Boy. All right, come on in. Come on in. Say hi to me as usual, please. We got Olympia in the house. Good afternoon, Olympia. Again, sorry for my tardiness. Sorry for my tardiness. Let me put this thing on silent. Oh boy. Black Lion, you always join the show late, but welcome to the show. Hold on a second. I never got in here and made adjustments to this thing here. Uh, okay, we'll leave it at that. Hold on. Deborah. Deborah, welcome. Welcome, Deborah. Good afternoon. LaDonna. LaDonna in the house. Good afternoon. Got David. David in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Scott. Good afternoon, Scott. Black Lion say no one is in this chat. I'm not sure which chat you're in. I'm not sure which chat you're in. Got Erica. Erica in the house. Good afternoon. She's checking us out from Reading. Click that there. Oh, I do not want that. Hold on. Hold on. It wasn't that. Hold on. I'm looking for a particular video. Again, I leave work, I come here, and I trying to find a particular video. Oh, stop it. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking for something. Black Lion say he must be in the wrong chat. Breenie, good afternoon. Got Yo Underwood in the house. Got Yo Underwood in the house. David says, take my time. Take my time. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. If I can pull it up. I believe this might be it. Hold on. I gotta see first. Mary, I see you in the house. White Oak in the house. White Oak in the house. Shahara says good afternoon. She's checking in from Mason. We got Mike from Trenton. Um, Black Lion said you ain't even have to bring that up. David want to know that I purchased a new mouse. Yeah, I purchased a new mouse and keyboard. Cecil Thomas in the house. Cecil Thomas in the house. Josh. Hey, I'm gonna give you a call, Josh, because I need to grab your son and take him somewhere. But I'll give you a call. I saw you, so be looking out for my call. We got Dwayne. Dwayne in the house. Okay, hold on a second. They are doing some talking on here. Oh no, back that up. Back that up. And pause. Make that full screen. All right, so then that's ready when I get ready to go to it. We got I don't did I say good afternoon to Dwayne? Good afternoon, Dwayne. Mount Airy checking in. Valerie in the house. Black Lion say he down the one with the people in it. Got Valerie in the house. Got a few people. Miss Pittsburgh in the house. I'm a little thrown off because I was just so much, and then I just had a whole ordeal before I came on the air. I'm not even gonna go into it, but oh my goodness. Regina. Good afternoon, Regina. And Brenda from Fairfield checking in. We got Golf Manor in the house. We got Golf Manor in the house with Diane. We got Terry from downtown in the house. All right. Lewis checking in from the barbershop. All right. Bill's barbershop. Myosha checking in from A1. I'm pretty sure that's North A1. Let me see. We got Maria checking in from North College Hill. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I make this statement a lot. I say the Republican Party is a hate group. The Republican Party is a hate group. And, my man Wyatt, who shout out to Wyatt if you checking us out, Wyatt. I couldn't call in today because I was either at work or in transit. And all the texts that I sent you were voice to text because I was like driving. I know it's illegal to even touch my phone while I'm driving, but all of the texts that I sent you were voice to text. So all the messages that I sent were voice to text. I couldn't call in and, answer your questions. I mean, you had some good questions. And he was asking, basically saying, show some receipts. I have to admit, I hate that expression. But it's just me. I don't like that expression because anybody can say anything and that can be considered a receipt. But I want to know how many receipts. Chelsea in the house. Chelsea says she has a suggestion. Hold on, before I start pulling out what may or may not be receipts. Chelsea, that's my niece. She has a suggestion for me. I'm open to a suggestion. If it's a good suggestion, lay it on me. Or is this something you're gonna call me about? But if it's a suggestion in this way, lay it on me. I'm always open for a good suggestion. Always. I love a good suggestion. McConnell, he's in the house. He say, "What's up, y'all?" So I'll wait. I'll keep an eye open for your suggestion, Chelsea. I'll keep an eye open for your suggestion. But I say a lot that the Republican Party, I believe they're a hate group. And I believe this. Here's what I believe it based on. And then I'll, maybe pull out some receipts. Still not 100% sure what that means. But I believe this is simple. if you cater to a hate group and you echo their thoughts and their hateful sentiment and you refuse to denounce them, uh, and you know what I'm saying, you are lockstep with them. If there are groups of people that you hate, see, for example, I want to make it clear because I don't think everything you can have receipts for. Some stuff you just have to see. Some stuff you just have to see. And if you won't open up your eyes to see it, then you'll never see it. And anybody can spin, a good person can spin anything anyway, right? So like one of the things that was brought up, kind of how could they be a hate group when they're for school choice? Now, I believe they're not for school choice so that Black people can get a better education. Black people might be able to spin that to get a better education. If you can, pull your kid and use a voucher and get your kid in a better school, you might be able to spin that. But I don't think that's why they for school choice. I believe they for school choice because they don't want their kid in school with your kid. They don't want their pristine white child in school with your Black ass child. That's what I believe. But I don't have no proof for that. I mean, I listen to what they say and I pay attention to their history. But for some people, that means nothing. For some people, that means absolutely nothing. Some people believe when Republicans and people talk about they're for school choice, the reason they're for school choice is because they really, really care about Black people. And, maybe. Hold on a second. Here's the great suggestion. I'm certain it's a great one. I think at the end of your show, you should say, I hope something amazingly life-changing happens to you, because something life-changing isn't necessarily positive. And if I happen to be listening to your show and then you wish something life-changing happens to me and I fall and break my hip or something, I'm coming for you. I think I typically say positive. I try to, because I think that way too. It might run in the family. I think that way too. So when I tell people I hope something amazing happens, something life-changing, I think I try to remember to say something positive. I try to remember to say that. I might not say it all the time, but I think I say it sometimes, but that's definitely what I mean. So I'll try to make sure to say it and be real clear about it. But I think I say that. But I thought about that too. I'm going to tell you, I hate that you think that way, because I think that way. And I know thinking this way can cause all kind of problems. I know that. So I don't want this for you. I don't want this life for you. But okay, back to the hate group thing. So look, if you believe, just taking the school voucher, school choice thing as an example, if you believe that Republicans in particular want school choice because they really care about Black people, I think you're fooling yourself. But again, that's just me. But we talking about receipts. All right. Are we all familiar with what a white nationalist is? That's a new name for like the new racists. These are white people who believe that white people are better than everybody else. And they would love to take their country back, to subjugate all other people, not just Black people, all other people. These are the people who want to keep the Mexicans in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who they don't mind white people coming over and immigrating, but they don't like those brown people coming over and immigrating, right? These are those people. part of those people. White nationalists. Hold on, let me do this because people will. Let me. Hold on, let me go back. I don't want that one. White nationalists. White nationalists. One of a group of militant white people who espouse white supremacy and advocate enforced racial segregation. Now that's from Webster's dictionary. So I know some of y'all like, if you get it from the Southern Poverty Law Center or something like that, that's them people. But Webster, like, they're valid. For some people, that's how they feel. So that's what Webster said they are. And I think most people think, when you down with white supremacy and forced racial segregation, that's kind of racist. Can we all agree to that? Can we all agree that's racist? Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down, okay, something. Can we all agree? Now, here's a better way to do it. Is there anyone who does not agree that white nationalists are racists? I think even white nationalists will tell you they're racist. Can I put the comments on the screen? Yeah, I'll put the comments on the screen. Thank you, Sierra. Oh, and good afternoon, by the way. Anyone, just don't agree. Don't agree. White nationalists are racist. Anybody. Lewis says he does not agree. Lewis, you do not believe white nationalists are racist. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else with Lewis? Because I think in order to have a conversation about it, we have to have an understanding. Like if I'm looking at white nationalists like those are racist, and you looking at white nationalists like those aren't racist, there's going to be some confusion. I don't want confusion. I don't want confusion at all. So that's why I'm just asking, can we all agree? Anyone does not agree. Ben, I don't know if you're here, but are you like, no, white nationalists are my friends. They're not racist. Like, tell me now. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you agree. They're racist. They're racist. Right? I'm going to see if this thing will work. Hold on. I might need to do some clicking. Hold on. Let me just pull that there. Put that there. And let's hope this works. Can we go here? And can we go here?
Recently on white nationalists serving in the military. For those who are watching, if they haven't heard your remarks, this is what you said.
Do you believe they should allow white nationalists in the military?
Well, they call them that. I call them Americans.
Do you want to explain those comments, Senator?
Yeah, first of all, I'm totally against any type of racism, okay? I was a football coach for 40 years, and I dealt and had opportunity to be around more minorities than anybody up here on this hill. But when our military was being attacked after 9/11, after January the 6th, and that was my first day on the Senate floor, I thought it was outrageous of what senators from the Democratic side, Chuck Schumer said on the floor that night, calling people racist, calling people nationalists, white nationalists. White nationalists is just another word that they want to use other than racism. I'm totally against anything to do with racism. But the thing about being a white nationalist is just a cover word for the Democrats now, where they can use it to try to make people mad across the country, identity politics. I'm totally against that. But I'm for the American people. I'm for military. I'm for Christian conservatives, Democrats, whoever wants to be in the military to fight for this country, to protect this country. That's what it's all about.
But just to be clear, you agree that white nationalists should not be serving in the U.S. military. Is that what you're saying?
If people think that a white nationalist is a racist, I agree with that. I agree they
should. A white
shouldn't.
Nationalist is someone who believes that the white race is superior to other races.
Well, that's some people's opinion. And I don't think,
That's
I mean,
not an opinion.
Pardon?
What's your opinion?
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American. It's an American. Now, if that white nationalist is a racist, I'm totally against anything that they want to do, because I am 110% against racism. But I want somebody that's in our military, that's strong, that believes in this country, that's an American, that will fight along anybody, whether it's a man or woman, black or white, red, it doesn't make any difference. And so I'm totally against identity politics. I think it's ruining this country, and I think that Democrats ought to be ashamed for how they're doing this, because it's dividing this country and it's making this country weaker every day.
But that's not identity politics. You said a white nationalist is an American.
It is identity politics.
You said a white nationalist is an American, but a white nationalist is someone who believes horrific things. Do you really think that's someone who should be serving in the military?
Well, that's just a name that it's been given. I mean,
it's not. It's a real definition. There's real concerns about extremism.
So if you're going to do away with most white people in this country out of the military, we got huge problems.
We got huge problems. It's not people who are white. It's white nationalists
that have a few probably different beliefs.
Right?
That have different beliefs. Now, if racism is one of those beliefs, I'm totally against it. I am totally against racism.
But
there's a lot of people that believe in different things.
Is racist, Senator?
Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But if it's racism, I'm totally against it. I am totally against any type of race or any type of racism. I don't care what it's in.
Okay. All right. So, hold on a second. So, he's against racism, he says, but he won't admit that racists are racists. And you see, that's how people like to play with stuff. Well, that's your opinion. White nationalists are racist, bro. That's no one's opinion. It is. It's a fact. It's known. Some of them will tell you flat out, yeah, we racist. That's what we are. But this is your Republican Party. This is your Republican Party. Won't denounce racists. Well, but he said he's against racists. But the people who are known and defined by their racism, he denies that they're racist. Like, come on. This is your party. And why would I say that the people who do that, he's not the only one. There's a number of people in that I would say probably the majority of the Republican Party will not publicly denounce white nationalism. They won't do it. I know some of them are come out now because this is a big thing now. Like, oh my God, he shouldn't have said that out loud. So now they got to come out and say, oh, no. That's not what we believe in. They've been saying this. They have been publicly saying this. Like, he just got caught looking like a fool. And when you catch somebody looking like a fool, then all the other people are like, oh, wow. Come on, y'all know, I told y'all one of my favorite things to do is to repeat back to people what they said. Y'all know, if y'all would watch me any amount of time, that's one of the things that I love to do. I love to do it so that I make sure that I understand what they're saying, and so that they know that I understand what they're saying. But a lot of times people will say something. People will say a thing. And you repeat back to them what they said. And they're like, I didn't say that. You're like, yeah, bro, you did. And then they repeat it, and then you repeat it back, and they're like, I didn't say that. Because sometimes when you hear it out loud, you realize how horrible it is. And you're like, No, that's not what I'm saying. And you like, bruh, I am repeating what you're saying. I'm saying exactly what you're saying. Sometimes it will be word for word. And that's what's happening here. See, now some Republicans are coming out and saying, oh, he was wrong. But a hate group, they're always going to find problems denouncing a hate group that they're walking, what's the term, lockstep with. We believe what they believe. We not a member of their group, but our group is just like their group. So we won't denounce them. Maybe we'll say, that's not what they believe. So that when we align ourselves with them, we don't really seem like we're confused. Like, what? What? They're racists? Nobody ever told me that. I was under the impression that they weren't racist. But you know all along that they're racist because you racist. You hate. So if you wonder, when I hear, the leaders of the party come out and support white nationalists and support hateful policies, you wonder why I would say that's a hate group. Now, look, here's what I'll say. If the leaders of the party came out and, said some, like, let's say Donald Trump. And we know Donald Trump had, I can't remember the dude name, the racist, had lunch with him, all that kind of stuff. If other members of the Republican Party had come out in large number and said, look, we're against that. We know he's kind of the de facto leader of our party right now, but we are against what he's saying. We're against what he's doing. We're against aligning ourselves with racists and things like we are against that. Then I wouldn't be able to say, oh, they're a hate group. Because I'd be like, no, he might be down with hate, but as a party, they're not down with hate. But we don't see that. And look, you can believe that, oh, they want school choice. And they want school choice because they love black children. If you want to believe that, have at it. Have at it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. They want school choice because they don't want their white children with your black ass children. And look, if I can find a way to come up, right? For me, let's say I find a way for me and my family to come up. You know what I'm saying? I run up on some scheme or, some amazing plan or whatever way you want to call it. I run up on some scheme or some amazing plan to come up. And in order to work that plan, some other people get to come up too. I can live with that. But that's not the purpose of my scheme. The purpose of my plan ain't for other people to come up. The purpose of my plan is for me and my family to come up. And if some people are smart enough to take advantage of it, okay. So be it. Long as it don't stop me from coming up, some other people get through the gate. It is what it is. And I see Jay. Jay says, I'm a supporter of school choice. I'm not necessarily anti-school choice. School choice is dangerous. School choice, I think, is a little dangerous for lower income areas in particular, inner city areas. School choice is dangerous. It puts those schools in jeopardy. But I understand, people might be for it. And that don't necessarily make you a hateful person. But the idea that the Republican Party, in particular, that they're pushing school choice because they love black kids. I think if you believe that, you believe in, you just want to believe that. You just want to believe that. But I don't believe it. Oh, hold on a second. I think something might have happened. Audio. Yeah, okay, it's the same. So don't everybody's allowed to have their opinion. Everybody. Hateful people, they're allowed to hate. They're allowed to hate. But don't try to convince me that they don't hate. Don't try to convince me of that. Jay says, I think Republicans love school choice, I'm sure, because they are anti-union. I don't think that's why. How is school choice anti-union? I don't think that's the reason why. But even let's accept that as the premise. That actually proves my point even more. So they're not even pro school choice for the good of the kids. They're pro school choice because of their hatred for unions. That's a hate group. It might not be your traditional, we hate black people, we hate the Jews. But if the reason you're doing everything that you're doing is because you hate something or another, you're a hate group. You're a hate group. I'm about to make some ridiculous analogies. I wish I had a ridiculous analogy alert. I would put it up. I listen to Prince because I like Prince. But if I listen to Prince because I hate Michael Jackson, what did that say about me? I eat chicken because I like chicken. But if I ate chicken because I hate cows, I know that seems like it would be the opposite. Like, wouldn't you eat the chicken because you hate the chicken? But no, I eat chicken because I hate cows. So if the reason that they're pro school choice is because they hate unions, that's a hate group. And I think that's the majority of the rationale behind everything they do. Almost. Behind almost everything they do, that's the rationale. They do it because it's something that they hate that they're trying to get back at. Let's secure the border. Why are we trying to secure the border? Because y'all hate Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? That's why. It's true. It's true. I know it's true. Because we love him. No, that ain't why. Stop it. And everything you do is because you hate something or someone else. I'm sorry, you a hate group. You a hate group. Ben says you sound dumb. No, it really, well, maybe it does, but it's really not. I eat chicken because I like chicken. I don't eat chicken because I hate something else. I listen to Prince because I like Prince, not because I hate some other group or some other artist. So they want school choice. Because they hate unions? No, I'm sure, Ben, you think they want school choice because they love black children. And again, the Republican challenge still stands. I am open 513-717-5464. I am open to listening to a Republican tell me, what are Republicans doing to stop, let's say, black on black crime? Since all of these Republicans keep trying to convince us, Ben, if it benefits us, what difference do it make the reason? Well, the difference it makes is because it proves my point. I think the reason makes a difference. Because when I achieve a certain level of whatever, when I achieve a certain level, like again, back to my analogy, I've come up with a scheme to get my family rich. But some other people might get rich too. And I'm like, okay, then people can get rich too. But the reason for this scheme is for my family to get rich. I'm not doing it because I love these other people. Then once I get rich enough, which nobody's ever rich enough. But then once I get rich enough, once I've achieved my goal, I'm going to probably try to find a way to make that scheme not work anymore. But why would you do that? Because I hate those people. And that's the Republicans to me. Republicans don't like your black ass. Look, you might find a Republican here or there who's a decent person, all right? You might find that. But not all that often. Hold on a second. Hello? Oh, all right. Bye. They don't like you. He says, so your point, you'd rather have nothing. It's just plain foolish. I never said that. Because look, if you got a plan to get your family rich and I, stumble upon it, I'm getting rich too. But I'm not going to act like you did it for me. See, that's my issue with y'all. Y'all want to act like this stuff was intended for you. Just because you can take advantage of something doesn't mean that was what the intent was. And y'all loving them like mama and daddy. You know what I'm saying? Mama and daddy got your best interests at heart. Hopefully. And y'all loving them like mama and daddy. But they not mama and daddy. They don't like you. You just happen to be riding on their coattails. As soon as they get opportunity to kick your black ass off of their coattails, that's what they will do. Look, tell everybody. Share it with everybody. Hey, look, I stumbled across this plan, and if you roll with it, we can all get rich. Like, all right, yeah, let's get up in there. Let's all get rich. I'm going to share it with everybody. But I ain't going to be like, and thank this person, now we got to follow them blindly for the... No. I think black people should take advantage of everything that they can. Take advantage of everything that you can take advantage of. Yes. Whether it was meant for you or not. Take advantage of it. But you don't have to, I don't think this is a word, fellatiate the people who created it for them because you're taking advantage of it. That's all I'm saying. You can acknowledge that it's a thing that you're taking advantage of. They don't like us and they don't want us to take advantage of this. They wish we didn't know about it. But we're going to take advantage of it anyway. Y'all the other side of it. Like, they love us. How can y'all not vote for them as much love as they have for us? They don't. They don't. You said as if Democrats like black people. We're not talking about Democrats right now. I'm saying I've acknowledged I don't know how many times that I don't believe either of them like black people. But I only get pushback from some of y'all black ass people when I say it about Republicans. They don't bend if you black. It's a big if. If you black, they don't like your black ass. Stop giving them head. Take advantage of everything that you can. But believe it or not, you can take advantage of it without giving them head. Constantly. Even they like, damn, can I get a break? The tip is really sensitive right now. You won't stop. Give me a minute. And see, because here's the difference. When you say, well, the Democrats don't like black people, I'm not sitting here like, yes, they do. They love us. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Why are you doing it? I acknowledge that neither one of them like us. I think the Democrats do things that might benefit us. It's like for them, it's transactional. We got to give them something to make them vote for us. All right, let's do this. You sure that's going to be enough? It's not a whole lot, but it should be enough. And then maybe we can roll that shit back eventually. No, they don't love us. It's transactional. The Republicans ain't even trying to be transactional. You take advantage of everything that you can take advantage of. And you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what y'all do. Ben says it's business, not personal. No, what's business is the Democrats. That's business, not personal. That's transactional. We need their vote. What can we do? Oh, we might have to, do a little something here. Is it something we can roll back? Yeah, it's something we can roll back. Is it something we can manipulate? Yeah, it's something we can manipulate. Is it something we can hide so that a whole lot of them don't know about it? So only a few of them get the opportunity to take advantage of it. And then if a whole lot of them realize it, we can, snatch it away from them. Yeah, we can definitely do that. It's business. A whole lot of us understand that. We not fooled into believing that the Democrats love black people, the party as a whole. We not fooled into believing that. We understand. But I'll do business with you is a lot different than I hate your black ass. I'll do business for me. And then if you find out about it and you take advantage of it, okay. Nick Fuentes, thank you. That was his name. Vernon says, Republicans want to return to the days of Jim Crow and even slavery. There's a reason they're always fighting to preserve the symbols and monuments of the Confederacy. Oh, I'm a sheep now. Cause I recognize the truth. I'm a sheep. Well, what are you? You don't even recognize it. You too busy. I don't want to keep using that. But you know what I'm saying? You too busy big up in Republicans, trying to get everybody to switch to being a Republican, to vote for Republicans. They don't like you. They don't like you. What would you call that? Somebody don't like you. And you constantly try to get everybody to give them everything that they have. What do you call that? It's not a sheep. If you ask me, it's a damn fool, but McConnell, you don't think he liked that comment? That's what he doing, though. That's what he doing. You're not getting nothing for your vote besides symbolism. And what are you getting from Republicans for your vote? Now, this I would love to hear. What are you getting from Republicans for your vote? What are you getting? I got a feeling he's not going to answer that. I got a feeling. Anthony says, right, they aren't all perfect either. I'm sure some didn't get down with the black man being in charge. Yet they didn't try to sabotage him either. Andre said you call it D-riding. No doubt about that. I'm trying to convince you to expect something for your damn vote and stop voting blind. What are you expecting when you vote for the Republicans? What are you expecting? And it goes back to my Republican challenge. All y'all who keep trying to press black people to vote Republican, tell me, what is it that Republicans are doing to make life better for black people? And I'm open to listen. I'm open to listen. Cleopatra says we get an unfulfilled promise for our vote. Here's what I would ask. I know some people are, they're not necessarily down with affirmative action for whatever reason. In terms of admission to get into colleges, for whatever reason, there are people who are black people who are like, that's bad. I would ask this question. When you're looking back over the history of this country and some of the gains that first, hold on, I have to ask the question. Do we believe as a group, do we believe that black people have gotten any gains throughout our history in this country? But let me go to the phone. Twin.
Hey, what's up, nephew?
How you doing, sir?
I messaged in a long time, Kings of Talk. Hey, you touching on a good subject, man. I'm not going to vote, man, because now one of them ain't making no sense. My thing is this, man. I'm focused on the kids right now. And now politicians came about and said we go come up with some type of solution to help these kids from all this killing and everything else. You had other countries and stuff coming here, other people coming here and everything else. But when Haiti tried to come here, you put a stop to it. You send money over there to Ukraine and all that when you got homeless people living on the bridges and everything else when you could have took that money and made a solution, come up with some type of solution to stop all this. My main focus is hell with all them governments and Russia and everything else. Why y'all just can't focus on the kids? Y'all get money over there, but why y'all just can't shoot it to the black community? I'm not a racist person, but hey, if things stink, it stink. And it's a lot of boo-boo and everything else going on in that government politician. And people always want to get out, vote this, vote that. Man, hell with them votes. That vote stuff don't count. They elect whoever they want to select to get up in there. The government got control of everything. Just like I was telling Lincoln a couple of months, a week or two ago. Man, I voted for Obama because he was black, to make history. I thought he was going to go down there, go up there and do something for the city of Chicago, which he did. Most people, a lot of people vote for him because they thought he was going to make a change, or maybe he'd be the first black president, being the first black president. But he ain't do nothing, man. Just like all that politician and everything. And when Tuberville was just on, when you just, let us listen to it, he's most definitely undercover race. He is true redneck. And then one more thing, Emanuel, that's my main focus, man. These kids, man, government or politicians, like I was just saying, never gave no type of initiative or anything to come up with some type of solution to stop this. Basically, what they doing is kill all these Negroes and keep it moving. Let them kill themselves. Whatever. They ain't come up with it, and they happy and they loving it, watching the news laugh. Only thing you doing advertising, McDonald's, funeral home, and probably a Geico commercial or something. That's the only thing you see on TV. And man, every time you turn on your TV, they barely talk about sports problems. Unless something crazy happens. When you turn on the news, well, today's killing, 9-year-old gets shot, 16-year-old. Who killed the us? We killing each other, and they loving it every moment of it. The funeral home is so packed and stuff, they probably got to put dead bodies somewhere else because it's so packed, man. And that's a shame how the government is. And stuff. They care about other country, far country, Russia and all that because they cutting deals with it. But let Africa or somebody else, Haiti, come over here. Oh, you can't come over here. And so we got to put a limit on you.
Let me ask you this, Twin. Let me ask you this. You feel like you don't get anything for your vote, right?
Hell to the no, and you know it too. What you get?
Well, I don't
still
necessarily
waiting on 40 acres and a mule.
Hold on, I don't necessarily agree with you, but I'm not here to try to convince you to vote. All right,
that's dead with me.
But I do want to ask you. Hold on. So what do you get from withholding your vote?
I ain't get nothing from withholding because I don't see nothing in the light. I don't see nothing, man. I don't see no light down that tunnel. Okay. We still gonna be stuck on doo-doo, man, because they full of BS, man. Politics ain't nothing. Whether you Republican, Democrat, white, black, it's a game y'all play. Y'all got control of everything. How y'all gonna stop Social Security, man? Some people would have marched up there like it was what is it? Whatever they call it. January 6th.
Are you against them stopping Social Security?
No, I'm not against that, man. These old folks don't work and all that. They live off that, man.
So you hold on, wait. You might have misunderstood the question. So you are you're against them stopping Social Security?
No, I'm not against them stopping Social Security.
You are for them stopping Social Security?
No, I'm not. I'm not with them stopping Social Security. I'm not with that.
That was what I asked.
No, I'm not with them stopping Social Security. No, them old folks can't get out, man. People live off that and everything. That's they life.
All right.
Seeing them happy checks come every month. But it's just, man, real talk, man. Just like all this government and everything, they messed up. The reason why we killing ourselves, man, they messed us up. Whatever. They put the drugs in there and everything, and they say, go for it. We got them now, just like the rap gang, owned by the Europeans and the Jews and everything. You think they putting a stop to that? No.
But Twin, if you are against stopping Social Security, how do you?
I said I'm not against stopping it.
You are against stopping it. You are just. I know you don't. You are 100% against stopping Social Security.
Why you say I'm against stopping it?
because you want it to continue.
Oh yeah. My man somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew that was just a slight misunderstanding. So because you are against them stopping it, how do you make it known? Or like, don't you, your vote could determine at least one vote with regard to whether
if
or
it's on the ballot, if it's on the ballot for them to shut it down, I will vote on.
No, not that way. In this way, you elect, let's say, Greg Landsman, and Greg Landsman is your representative in Congress. If Greg Landsman is for keeping Social Security, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would ride with them, probably.
Right.
But you got to think about it on other issues too. It's just not about Social Security focusing on money, whatever. What about my main thing is these kids, man. I ain't worried about nothing else. These kids. And then how can they stop all this kid, and what type of solution they can come up with?
I don't know that there is a solution for that in terms of politically.
You're right, man, because you know why? The rap game messed everything up. This new generation, Emanuel, we weren't really like that, man. We was on the struggle. When I was out there gangbang doing my thing, we had called them on instruction, man. These kids do that stuff right now, it would be a violation. But it ain't like that. And they knew what they...
But Twin, I keep hearing you talk about when you was in the gang and y'all had a code of honor and all of that kind of stuff. But you can't continue or maintain a code of honor in a dishonorable thing. Like, you know what y'all was doing was wrong and dishonorable. So you got to know people always gonna take something to the next level.
But let me tell you this: before all this kicked off and everything, we was under structure, man. We was under guidance. The things they doing crazy now, you wouldn't have it. That'd been a violation back in the day, man. But it's crazy stuff. The government knew what he was doing when he took the governors away, the board members and all that, the leaders of the gang away. He knew what he was doing when what time it was, man. Because we was all coming as one, man. It was gonna be a peace treaty and everything. They broke everything up, man. There's more to that. People don't realize in everything.
I don't know that. I ain't never been in a gang life, but it seemed to me like, look, if I'm like, hey, I'm going to break the rules, right? And then I'm like, well, but I'm only going to break this many rules. And the dude behind me going to come up like, well, wait a minute, since we already breaking rules, why stop there? Why not break this one more? And then the dude behind him going to be like, well, wait a minute. It's always like that.
Violated, man.
But it's always like that. Like whatever it is now, there's a code of honor now. Trust me, somebody somewhere is saying this is a line that we won't cross. But the person behind them, is saying we crossing that line, and then that's the line we won't cross.
Emanuel, it's over with. They got who they want. They got the leaders and everything. They can do all they want to. There's some young whippersnappers out there doing their thing now. Ain't no code of honor amongst men or anything else. None of that, man. It's over with. The government got who they want. And you go out there and tell one of them shorties and try to talk to them, man, they gonna say, get the F out of my face, keep it moving. Because they ain't trying to hear that, man. They don't go by the code and everything, whatever, what this stands for. They making up their own group, gangs. I ain't never heard of it, man. It was GD Stones, Black Stones, 26 Blood and everything else, Crips. And now they got Psycho D's and everything else. Who was some Psycho D's? Where that come about? Never heard of. What else? So it's totally messed up, man. So anything that's going on right now in society, I totally think it's got something to do with the government, because they control everything and they did everything and put all this dope and everything in the community and make us sell it, whatever we choose to sell. They make whatever, so they messed the community up. If I feel like I said, if I feel like you're the right person to vote for, and you stand for the black people, and you go try to make this country great again or whatever y'all come up with, hey, I'm all for it. Until then, I ain't listened to no politician yet, heard of no politician yet try to make this country better or whatever. They ain't never, now politicians came up there, man, hell with this. We got to come with this, sit down, and even the alderman, councilman here, none of them. They worry about the Gang of Five and the budget cuts and everything else. So, I don't agree with none of that stuff, man. That's why.
Hold on, let me ask you this, Twin. Let me ask you this. You brought up council here, and you know the people online.
Only one that making noise is Lisa Reed.
hold
It
on.
took her.
Hold on, twin. Let me get the question out. So you brought up counsel here, and the people are talking about the 8 or 9-year-old who was killed, and
Who talking about it?
the people online. So my question to you is, what would you say city council should or could do to stop violence in the Black community?
Man, they need to come up with, first of all, go talk to the homicide and detective unit. Get their ass off the street. I mean, off the out the donut shop and everything, and go talk to the community. See, they ain't like us, man. Let me tell you, when I was growing up.
Hold on. But those come after the violence. What can they do to stop the violence?
Man, they got to come. I don't know, man. It's some type of solution they need to come about. I don't know. I really can't tell you about that, because they must love me or whatever. I really have to sit down and think about it, right. Whatever. But they basically they can come up with a strong type program, man, for these kids. Something that's real strong that we go pay y'all, keep y'all out of trouble. Like,
and then of course my question would be, because even though times are different, what could have happened to keep you off of those streets when you was young?
What happened to me?
No, what could have been done to keep twin off the streets? Like if they'd have said, here's a lawnmower, go cut some yards, would that have kept you?
I was doing that. Hey, I was selling peoples at age 10, man. So I was always here to hustle hand.
Right, so none of that kept you off the street.
I got involved in the gang, being around my peers and everything. See, I grew up around gangsters and mobsters. Right. And that's all and I'm like, man, I want to do that. But as time roll and everything, and then you after you start maturing and everything, like, man, I was thinking and everything, but I have to defend myself and my family and everything. You out there shooting and everything at other members when they shooting at you, you got to defend. That's like if I come in your house and smack your girl or take your stuff, you go defend your crib, right?
No doubt.
Or whatever. Okay, then. That's part of life.
Right, but twin, so you are mad at, and we're talking here locally, you're mad at city council for not doing anything to stop a situation that you genuinely don't believe can be stopped.
It can be stopped. It's sometimes, I don't know what it is, but
what could have stopped you? What could have stopped you?
I know what stopped me, being tired and everything, waking up, going outside.
Twin, you admittedly lived a gang life. What could have stopped you from ever getting into it?
If I would have just started avoiding being around Goofy and everything, and then being around my family members, really taught me how to be in there and make money, whatever.
And how can the government stop you from being around your family members?
They can't stop you. It's up to you. Man over matter. If they want it, it's over your mind control.
Right. So why are we expecting the government to stop something that they can't stop?
Okay, why the government allowed the rap game to do what they do? When they get on TV, like, y'all got a crib and stuff, and shut an AK-47 in your head, let's get them. Well, how they allowed that to get on TV and YouTube?
Well, people have freedom of speech and freedom of
what?
I'm telling you, people have freedom of speech. They have freedom of expression. You know what I'm saying? People are anti-censorship. We got these amendments to the Constitution. So
basically, like me too as Negroes or whatever. Or let's do this and everything. Just like they put on the hoodies and it's 90 degrees out there, they see a rapper they want to be like a rapper, put a hoodie on too. When you know damn well you about to burn up. Man, that's why the government control this, man. I keep trying to tell y'all, and y'all run up there and, vote for this, vote for that. Man, hell with that, man.
All right.
Realizing and face it. I mean, it's up to you and whoever else want to get into that politician vote. But me, as of right now, I ain't hear no noise yet or clap back that what they go do for the community and what's this, what's that. You ain't hear it either. The only thing you hear is, Lil Ray got shot. Well, Bobby just shot his 3 kids. That's the only thing you hear on TV. Now, one time, any politician came over there and said, I'm tired of this BS. I'm tired of this. Let's set our differences aside, Republican, Democrat. Now, have you, Emanuel?
All right.
They slowed down on the COVID. Now they got what? West now coming now?
I'm not sure.
It's crazy, man. They trying to, if you I'm pretty sure you read the news or whatever, or heard the news or whatever you've been doing. But it is what it is, man. To each his own. I ain't trying to stop you from vote or whatever y'all go do.
Right,
but
and I'm not trying to make you vote. Yeah.
I'm just saying, swing people whoever on Facebook listen or whatever. But I'm just not getting into that politician BS, man. But it's all it is about the BS. White and black can't come together. And I don't understand. They really try to separate us from schools to everything else. But y'all glad when we win a Super Bowl for y'all a NBA title. Oh, y'all are best friends. But any other than that, it's totally different.
Twin,
all right, man. I ain't gonna hold you up, man.
I appreciate your call, sir.
All right, man. Be blessed, man.
You too. All right, that's Twin. I understand to some degree what he was saying. I do. I really do. I understand to some degree what he was saying. But again, this is my issue with people who expect the government to stop violence in a community. And you look at the people who grew up being violent, and you ask them a lot of times, well, what could have stopped you? Well, nothing. What could the government have done to stop you from being violent? Nothing. So what do you want the government to do now? Stop it. But nothing could have stopped you. You ended up being a product of your environment, product of your family. So you want the government to come in and say, you not fit based on, we think that you got some gang affiliation in your family, or your family has had violent interactions before, so we taking your kids. No, but I wouldn't go with that. And I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Even if I understand it, I can't go with the government just going in taking people kids. I told y'all a story about the preschool graduation and the little bully kid, and his parents come in and they, rowdy. You can tell that kid, if he don't have the right influences, he gonna follow those influences. You can tell. But do I think the government should be able to just go in and snatch that kid? I might want them to, but no, I don't think they should be able to. No. So people keep talking about, what can the Republicans do about this? What can the Democrats do about that? And the reason that I have the Republican challenge out is because you have all of these people who are trying to convince you to vote for Republicans, talking about Republicans like they are the saviors of black people. So I'm like, what have y'all done? I know the answer is nothing. Just like I know the answer for Democrats is nothing. I know neither one of them, because neither one of them can. There's nothing either party can do to stop violence in a community or violence in a household. The Republican Party can't stop it. The Democratic Party can't stop it. If you come up with a new party, they can't stop it. That becomes the responsibility of those people. Of what people? The violent people. The violent people. Y'all wanted me to say the community. The violent people. It's their responsibility. It ain't my responsibility. Now, I might do what I can to help situations when I can, but it's their responsibility. Oh, I got another call coming in. CK.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Livingston?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, I had to call you. I just heard that last caller, man. Amazing. That dude, he said he was a former gang member. Now, that's what's wrong with old folks. They set the precedent for this violence and gang member joining, then want to complain about the new gangs. When you started it, you started this gangster shit. So this the thanks you get. See, they told your dumb ass to stay in school back then, but you want to join the gang. Then you got the nerve to talk about the new gangs. When you influence the younger generation to become gang members because of your conduct as a juvie. That's what I can't stand.
Well,
You see what I'm saying? He influenced these kids to be gangsters because they looked up to him, his nephews and kids. They looked up to him. And of course, it's this the new version of what he was.
Yeah.
Gangs.
I agree. I don't like it. Like, again, the point that I was trying to make to him, which I don't think he took too kindly to, and it's the point that you are beautifully illustrating. You break it, you being violent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you're gonna say, well, they too violent. You was too violent. Just because they're a little more violent than you, and the generation after them gonna be a little more violent than them, and it's just gonna continue to. We all already out here breaking the law. Well, I'll break the law, but I won't break that law. Stop.
Yep. Because it always started. It started with a little fist fight. Then it went up to the bats. Then it went to the knives. Then it went to the guns. It's all documented. Like you said, it's going to keep. And like you said, whatever these kids doing now is going to influence their children. So you can't be part of the problem and then complain about the problems in the future when you the one gave them that initiative. And remember, on your show many times, you was checking a lot of police and older people when they said, yeah, back in my day, we used to just fight. Like, no, dumbass, that's the problem is the fight. We don't need to fight. Fighting is violent. We need to be against fighting. That's why Martin Luther King said, turn the other cheek. Remember that? 1968?
I remember Martin Luther King, yes.
He said, somebody slap fire out of his face. He just turned the other cheek. He wasn't about, see, we didn't understand because we was down with Malcolm. But as we got older, we started to realize sometimes you got to retreat. Sometimes you got to bow down. You ain't got to give your life every time. And just like you checked me today, I'm thinking white nationalists, I didn't know they was racist. But I do some research on them. Nick Fuentes, the dude you talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I promise to God, he's on a Fresh and Fit podcast with black women in their 20s. They look like young, 25, 23, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're begging him to say the N-word. The black girls, the Arabs, everybody on they begging him to say the N-word. He finally says it with the hard R. Then it was one sister. I would give her props. She was like, hey, she wasn't with it. She like, what is y'all doing? After he said it, them same black women that was begging him to say it said, well, why would you say that? What? He said, you asked me to do it. No, we didn't. This is what we're going through. So I have to agree with you. They are racist. Because if he was not racist, he would not have said that. Because he said the N-word. And why are y'all trying to get him to say the N-word? Why wouldn't you ask him to say another racial slur, like to Chinese people or Jewish people? See? But this is acceptable. This is what you got to realize, Mr. Livingston. They are racist, the white nationalists. I didn't know. Because I thought they were just people that wanted a pure white race.
All right. Anything
else?
I mean? What
do
you believe, CK, that there is a solution for all of this violence that we're seeing, where even, innocent 8, 9-year-olds and 6-year-olds, I heard somewhere a 6-year-old where they're now becoming, and it's not new, but where they're becoming victims of this violent crime.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you can't completely stop violence, but you can ease the numbers up with the education and the reality. When you're giving them good game, they recognize good game. Because you got to realize, it's a lot of people get killed, a lot of people go to jail. Don't nobody want to die. Don't nobody want to go to jail. You don't want to get shot. You don't want to get stabbed. This is something everybody can agree with. So you got to hit them with those points. Yeah, you talk that shit, but don't none of y'all want to go to jail. Don't none of y'all want to get shot. Don't none of y'all want to go to the graveyard. So even when you being rebellious, you still could stop somebody in their tracks with that. Well, do you want to die then? Do you want to just get shot today?
Well,
so you can hit them.
I'm not. That might work on somebody, but a lot of these young people that I have talked to on this radio station, who have lived not even that hardcore gang life. A lot of these guys, like, they don't intend on living past a certain age anyway. So no, they don't want to die, but they've already resigned within themselves that I'm probably gonna die. So to say, well, you don't want to get killed, do you? They like, I'm probably gonna die. So I'm gonna go out like a soldier. I'm gonna go out the way I want to go out. I'm gonna go out on my terms. I ain't gonna go out like no punk. You know what I'm saying? They've already rationalized that in their heads.
Yep. But the way you get through to a person like that is when you was that person. I was the guy knowing I wouldn't make it past 25. You still gonna be here. See, if you plan to die, just plan to live. You know what I mean? You got to convince them, like, okay, I know you don't think you're gonna live, but what if you do? You know, it's not easy, but it's a lot of intellectual people out here, and I think I did want to ask you something though.
All right.
Do you think when Terry Crews told that story about the guy grabbing his testicles, do you think that was a true story, or do you think he fabricated and made that up?
I don't know. I don't trust anything Terry Crews says. So I have no idea.
Okay, because because see, you missing out on this. It's these people having them white parties, and they are totally taking these gangster rappers' manhood from them. They taking pictures all up on their butt, grabbing their balls. They just making them look all terrible, man, by the billionaire owner of the 76ers. So they got the rapper Lil Baby looking crazy. He getting sandwiched by two white men. And if you see it, you be like, and there's a lot of stuff you go over in your show too. It's like, you do this to the brothers, but then you see a picture with them with Tom Brady or you know with Joe Burrow. It's just a regular picture.
Oh
but when he got the brothers in the picture,
wait. You're saying that there are photos or videos of rappers out here at parties being sandwiched between two men and
two white men,
and it's out there.
Yeah. The number one rapper, he just got embarrassed this weekend at the Michael something party. He's the owner of the 76ers. He got Meek Mill. He made him jump around like a bunny rabbit. I mean, totally demasculating these guys, and they humiliating them. It's like they would never let a brother do this to him, but because he a billionaire, they letting this guy grab all up on him. I mean, you would never let no man touch you like this, Mr. Livingston. The way you see these pictures, I wish you could see it on the internet. Like, look at Lil Baby gay picture. You will see it. It's an owner just taking advantage of him. And this is the new thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it. I'm not exceptionally shocked, although I am a little shocked.
Yeah, they don't know. And 50 Cent commented, he said, "That's why I don't go to the all-white party, because they feel what Terry Crews saying is real. You can see from the pictures that these brothers don't know how to handle it. They got James Harden. You know how tall James Harden. He got a picture. It's the guy, the owner, Tom Brady, and James Harden. He reaches all over Tom Brady to grab James Harden like his monkey and hold him under his hand like crazy. You be like, it's obvious, Mr. Livingston. When you see this, man, you'll have a field day on your show with this material, boy.
Okay.
Man, look it up, man. Look it up. Little Baby and them.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call, brother.
Thank you for calling. All right. That's disheartening. I don't disbelieve it. I haven't seen it. I'm not looking for it. If I pull it up, it would be to show to y'all. I don't really have a desire to see it. It is exceptionally disappointing. But back to kind of what I was talking about in terms of stopping this violence that we keep seeing and that we're gonna keep seeing. And yes, it is bad. It is bad. Again, it doesn't necessarily speak to Black people, but we do see a lot of violence amongst Black people. The government is not going to fix it. They can't. I say they can't. There are things that can be done that might mitigate things in the future, but they can't fix it. Anybody run around here telling you that they got the solution and the solution is this, either they don't understand what's going on or they blowing smoke. Because whatever they're telling you is not the solution. There is no one solution. Practical, you know what I'm saying? Like realistic. Again, I can say there is one solution. Everybody who thinks about committing an act of violence, don't do it. Change your heart and mind. But if I tell you that, you understand that's not realistic, practical. It's not going to happen. It's just not. And I know people get frustrated, when situations happen and then they turn on, a talk show or a podcast or whatever this is. And they turn it on and they're like, they ain't talking enough about it. They're not going deep enough into it. And I have the ability, I've shown it in the past, to make you, feel really bad about something that happened. To talk to you in detail and tell you how sad and how tragic it is and how we should do something about it and how, I can do that, but it's not changing the situation. It's not. I think those situations have to change within the people who are doing that. Sure, it takes outside people to hopefully influence them. But I'm not walking into a room of 50 gangbangers. I didn't even like the way it felt saying that. 50 people who are involved in, a violent criminal lifestyle and inspiring all 50 of them to just change. Believe it or not, I might be able to reach one or two and, put something on their mind. And then they be like, one day they be like, you know what? I thought about what that brother said and it made sense. It made sense. And so, I start maybe taking steps to not live this lifestyle. That's in my opinion, that's maybe how people like me and you can affect that. But other than that, man, it's the people in that lifestyle that got to change. It's the people in that lifestyle that got to change. And it's like Twin said, nothing that could have stopped him. Because his influences, according to him, was his family. That was his influences. That's what influenced him. And then that feel like, I got to protect me and I got to protect mine. And the way to do that in this lifestyle is to affiliate myself Twin says, you grew up in Chicago, LA, Memphis, etc. You know about that life. Until the end, you can't speak about gangs. Well, that's not true. Anybody can speak about anything. That's like me saying to you, well, you ever been elected to office? Well, until you have, you can't speak about what politicians should do. That would be ridiculous. Of course you can. Of course you can. Parents need to stop receiving stuff coming in the home, gun, drugs, money. And again, that sounds good. That sounds good. But how do you stop them? How do you stop them? If you were raised to not believe that there's anything wrong with that, or to believe that it's acceptable, why would you stop accepting it? Why would you stop accepting it? So again, it's good to say. Twin says, stop it. That's soft shit. You never lived that lifestyle, or people on here. You don't have to live that lifestyle. All right, Twin, don't criticize another politician because you've never been a politician. So don't criticize another politician. Don't criticize another singer because you never released an album or did a tour. So don't criticize another entertainer because you see the ridiculousness of that. You can look from your vantage point and you can look at politicians, Twin, and you can say, hey, y'all ain't doing what y'all need to be doing. How you know I ain't doing what I need to be doing? You ain't never lived this lifestyle. You ain't never been up in Congress. You ain't never sat in the White House. Until you sat in the White House, you can't criticize the president. That's nonsensical. It's nonsensical. You grew up in the suburbs and come to the hood, other members go think you with it. And Twin says, oh, I'm definitely going to criticize politicians because they're a mess. And people definitely going to criticize gangbangers because they a mess. And I don't have to have ever been in a gang to realize that's a mess. They need to stop. They need to stop. Just like you can see from the outside, we can see from the outside. They put dope on people in the community. They put dope in the community. Then Reagan go put cases on people. The government is dirty, bro. The government is dirty. And granted, some people are more susceptible to certain things than other people. I really do believe that. I really do believe that certain people are more susceptible to certain things than other people. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Twin say, Emanuel Livingston, I see you have a lot to learn about life. Like what? What I got to learn about life? What? We all make choices growing up. Yes. All the alphabets are dirty. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What's the purpose of your podcast? To talk about problems and demotivate and tell everyone there are no solutions. You're hurting more than you're helping. The purpose is to talk. Because I don't think I'm demotivating anybody. And I'm not just talking about the problem. I'm talking about the fact that the solutions ain't as simple. Like, look, I could come on here and throw out 8,000 things and say that's the solution. Things that I know ain't never gonna happen. But sometimes there are certain people who understand the truth. Who understand the truth. Everybody, I'm real. I'm keeping it real. Al Sharpton is keeping it real. And this person keeping it real. And this is on the real side. And everything is real. This is real. This is factual. This is truthful. I think I know what you want me to say. Just go tell the people who doing the drive-bys that you could be anything that you want to be. And then they'll stop shooting. And they'll go apply themselves and become, lawyers and doctors. Just tell them you can become anything if you work hard at it. And then they'll go and they'll work hard at it. They'll be, successful. They might even be the mayor. And then when they give in their acceptance speech after they won, they'll be like, and just to think, 5 years ago, I was doing a drive-by, and then I listened to this podcast, and this guy said I can be anything. And I was in the middle of a drive-by, and I just put the gun down. And, I went back to school, and I got my degree, and then I got my law degree. And then, I'd start working with the Democratic Party or with the Republican Party. And then, I ran ahead and I ran for mayor, on faith. And now I am your mayor. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's what you want me to tell people? That's what you want me to say? I'm telling the truth. The people who are in those cars doing those drive-bys, something got to happen in their life. Something got to happen in their heart, in their mind. And they got to decide, I'm not going to do this no more. That's what's got to happen. And do I believe people like me, you, well, maybe not you, Ben. I'm not sure about you. But people like me and the other people watching can influence people. See, that's what I'm telling people, the truth. That's the way that we can make a difference in people coming up. I'm just being honest. All right, hold on. Here we go. I think you're a great speaker, honestly, but listening to you address the world and its issues, it would be dangerous to a novice. All right, so tell me, what should I say? Come on. Yeah, my niece, she sent in a message earlier. People say, I got advice for you. I listen. At the end of the show, I'm going to really be sure to make sure that I say that I hope something life-changing in a positive way happens in your life. Because I listen. So, tell me, what should I say? What should I say? A lot of people are too far gone. I believe that. I believe there are people who, nobody's going to reach. But I believe there are also people who can be reached. And we have to try as individuals. We have to try. As individuals, we have to try. But, okay. Y'all, I take criticism. Be more optimistic and speak with an open mind, open to new issues. All right, I'll do that. Hold on. Y'all, we about to turn this around. This violence is about to stop. Because we going to do it. We going to do what it takes to make these young people who are doing drive-bys and other acts of violence, we going to do what it takes to make them stop. It's about to turn around. The violence is about to stop. We can do it. It's about to stop. Yeah. Somebody gonna come up with a solution and we gonna all follow it. And the violence is gonna stop. And it ain't gonna take long. Violence is about to stop. Our politicians, they are about to do what they say they're going to do. Nikki says, how? Shut up. The politicians are about to do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. It's about to happen. Somebody is about to, no, stop. It's not wishful thinking. This is optimistic. I'm being optimistic. Somebody is about to come up with the solution. And they're going to put it out there and we're going to all latch on to it. And it's going to be amazing. Violence is about to stop. Mothers are about to love their children, and families who may have at some point, participated in unhealthy behavior, they're going to stop. They're going to stop. And the answer to how it's going to stop, I know how it's going to stop. I know exactly how it's going to stop. I actually know the answer. Here's what we need to do. And when you really think about it, it is kind of simple. Not as simplistic as everybody changed their hearts and minds. No, it's not that simple. The solution is this. Then when we do all of that, there'll be no more violence in the community. Once we do that, there'll be no more violence in the community. Now, how many of y'all with me? How many of y'all with me? Anybody? Just a show of hands. How many of y'all with me? Look. I laid out the perfect plan. All we got to do is all come together and do it. Anybody? Hold on, I got a call coming in. Quinn.
Yo, what up, man?
What was that?
I said, what up, man? I think I found a solution, man.
Hold on. Are you on a speaker?
Yeah, hold on one second.
All right.
I said, I think I found a solution, man.
All right.
Hey, I know, now bear with me, right? All right, so Tom Cruise made this movie a little while ago called The Minority Report. So what we got to do is we got to create a drug, get the mamas hooked on the drug. So when they have the babies all messed up, they become precogs, and they can tell the future who's going to commit crime. See, now this settles everything because it don't just attack black folks, it attacks everybody do a crime. That's the solution.
All right. So a little precognition.
Yeah. I mean, how else? I mean, people is people, but they're gonna do dirt. human beings is messed up.
I think a lot of times human beings are messed up and gonna do dirt. I just laid out a solution. Apparently nobody is down with my solution, which is a really good solution. But I think I get your point, of course, that people gonna do dirt.
Yeah, I mean the solution is science fiction is basically what I'm saying.
All right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a little out of reach for humanity at this point, because humanity is really selfish at this point. You know what I'm saying? It has no bearing on anything outside of their small radius. Like Twin was saying, reason he was engaged is because what was around him. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you have to change what's around you, but how can you change what's around you if you don't know what's around you is hurting you?
And I mean, as a
until
kid,
later on, you know what I'm saying?
You can't say a 5-year-old change your surroundings. The 5-year-old can't change their surroundings, and that's when they're that little baby, my granddaughter, that little baby she soaks up everything. She don't know if what she's soaking up is good, bad. Well, she's at a point where she knows some stuff is right and wrong. But what if she had been soaking this negativity up since she was born? Because we were her mama, her daddy, her grandparents, her nieces, her cousins, we were all just steeped in negativity.
Well, yeah, but I think all children are born little baby monsters for real. Like they have no filter. They monsters for real though, man. Can't nobody tell me they ain't.
They are not monsters.
Yeah, they are horrible human beings, man. They are not.
They're not. They are blank slates.
They need to be tamed.
They are blank slates.
No, they are not blank slates.
They are 100% blank slates. Babies.
They've been here before, man. I'm telling you, some of them people been here before.
None of them been here.
And they was just waiting. They was just waiting to get back on the planet to continue they reign of terror. I'm telling you, some of them was.
It's not true. Quinn,
that is absolutely true.
It's not, but hey, I appreciate your call.
All right, man.
All right. Babies are blank slates. Babies are blank slates. You ever just look at a baby? I know my time is just about up. You ever just look at a baby and think about the fact that baby don't know nothing. Like nothing. Like zero. When a baby is born, a baby knows nothing. You writing the book. They are a blank slate. Mama, they don't dream. What could they be dreaming about? They have no experiences. None. Except the experiences that you give them. So give them positive experiences. Give them learning experiences. Give them loving experiences. Because they know nothing. Sometimes I'll be seeing people walking around with little babies. And, they just be holding a little baby. The little babies be looking around. Sometimes little babies look at you and wave. They, just to kind of throw their hand up. I guess in our mind, we saying they waving. So they just look at you. Every time that I be thinking, I don't really want to say what I be thinking. I be thinking, that little dumbass baby don't know nothing. Nothing. And I hope that whoever it is with the baby is pouring positivity into that child. It starts before they're actually born. I believe that. I believe that the energy that the child feels inside as they're growing and developing helps to shape that child. And you ever just see a little kid, a little, 2, 3-year-old walking and playing and jumping and laughing. And you're like, they don't have a care in the world. At this moment, that baby don't have a care in the world. And it's such a beautiful experience to see. They're not thinking about hurting nobody. They're not thinking about where food is coming from. They're not thinking about how they gonna make it. They're not thinking about hatred. They're not thinking about racism. They're not thinking about anything, just whatever it is that they are enjoying in that moment. Blow some bubbles for a little kid. And what? Bubbles. That's what they thinking. Bubbles. That's the whole thought. Bubbles. Kids are an innocent, blank slate. It starts before they're born, in my opinion. And you got to create a positive, nurturing, educational, loving environment for them. So I love little kids. That's actually, honestly, that's why I called my daughter little girl. I still call her little girl. Because I wanted to, I really did. I wanted that to be in the front of my mind all of the time. When she was born, I was like, oh, that little girl. Because, she was a girl. It's like, oh, the little girl. Oh, her name is Emanuel. No, she's a little girl. That's who she is. She's a little girl, and I'm responsible for molding and shaping her. She's 2. She's a little girl. And I'm responsible for teaching her and loving her. I'm responsible for her not being stressed. I'm responsible for her. You know what I'm saying? She's a little girl. That's who she is. Oh, she's 15. She's a little girl. She's still a little girl. I'm still responsible for molding her. Because she's 15. She don't know everything that she thinks she knows. She's still my responsibility. Like, oh, she just turned 28. She's still a little girl. She don't know stuff. She hasn't had the experiences that I've had. It's my job to teach her, to help her navigate. That's why I call her little girl and call her little baby. It helps me remember what my responsibility is to them. And as I said earlier, that's part of the solution. That for whatever reason, y'all not on board with. I don't understand why y'all wouldn't be on board with it. If you really think about it, it is the perfect solution. And it don't take a whole lot of people to implement it. But I gotta go. My time is up. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm not sure if Wyatt is coming on at 5 o'clock or not. If he is, go check him out. Go check him out. Again, Wyatt and I don't agree on everything. We don't. The brother's smart. And the brother is trying to help. He's trying to help. Just because you don't agree with somebody don't mean you can't see. See, to me, that's the difference with the Republican Party. Like, I don't agree with them. I don't even think they're trying to help. Not the people. They're a hate group. They do stuff because they hate somebody or something. They don't do stuff for the good. They do stuff because they hate. And that makes you a hate group to me. All right, y'all. I have to get out of here now. Again, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. It's been the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. My title is the King of Talk. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope something amazing and life-changing happens to you, life-changing in a positive way, before the end of the day. All right? Until next time, it's been the Afternoon Experiment. I'm out, y'all. Peace.